Good Monday morning. This is Breakfast Television. We've got the whole squad on the couch this morning. Tim Hortons' iconic Roll Up to Win contest. It's back, baby. And starting today through April 2nd, you can earn one roll by purchasing either a hot or cold drink, select breakfast items, and new this year, lunch and dinner options. So all while scanning your Tim's rewards cards on your phone or physical card as well. And to celebrate, Tim's is unveiling the Roll-Up Capitals of Canada. The big winner is Miramichi in New Brunswick, taking the top spot. And some of the other notable winners across Canada based on last year's Roll Up to Win contest included, it seems all East Coast, to be honest with you, Gander, Newfoundland, Summerside, PEI, which is where my parents first came in Canada, and Sydney, Nova Scotia. Plus, an honorable mention of Woodstock, Ontario.
And also new this year, each time you reveal a roll, you'll get an entry for a chance to win in Tim's new daily $10,000 jackpot. So many exciting prizes to be won, including a Sportsnet Now 6-month subscription, cars, cash, millions of coffee and food items. And for the full list of prizes and contest deets, visit rollupthewin.ca and download the most up-to-date version of the Tim's app to get ready to play.
There you go. All right, let's talk about this. Chris Rock special, Selective Outrage. We kind of broke it down a little bit in entertainment earlier, but I want to get everybody's thoughts on and whether you watched it, what you thought of the entire special, and of course he addresses the Will Smith slap at the Oscars, addresses Will, Jada, never mentions Jada by name. That's the one thing that I thought was very interesting and not a lot of people really picked up on. He also threw shade at Meghan Markle, but let's take a look at a little bit of what he had to say first.
People like didn't hurt. It still hurts. I got summertime ringing in my ears. She started this. Nobody was picking on her. Nobody was picking on her. And a lot of people go, Chris, how come you didn't do nothing back? I got parents. And you know what my parents taught me? Don't fight in front of white people.
So there's a point where, this was live, by the way, on Netflix Saturday night. It was in Baltimore. And at one point, Chris messes up his joke. That's how you know it was that, because it wasn't a pre-taped thing. But he said she started this. And so what he's referring to there is when Jada had put out a statement saying he should, and basically told him he should boycott hosting the Oscars the year that Will was not nominated for a film called Concussion. And he said, wait, I'm going and earning money. You're telling me not to take a job based on you being hurt that your husband wasn't nominated, so you want me to boycott it. That's what he said started it. I think there was a lot of other things that people have brought up that have done that. Tam, your thoughts on just that special overall? Did you check it out and what it was said there?
So I haven't seen the full special yet, but I made sure to take a look at those clips, especially when it came to Will and Jada. I was looking for more like behind the scenes. I know he said he's never going to sit down with like an Oprah and talk about this, but that's kind of what I was looking for. Not so much the tearing into Will. I know he's upset about getting slapped. We all would be. And so clearly he shared that upsetness and that anger, but I was looking for like more of what he thought at the moment when it's happening, what he was thinking as Will was coming up the stage, what happened immediately after. I kind of wanted
more insight.
I wanted more insight. I wanted more details, not just like a big rant.
Right, and that's what it was. There was a lot of anger in that towards the end. Well, he did have a lot of good commentary, social commentary about what's going on in America as well. Steph, you haven't watched a lot of Chris Rock's work, right?
No. And you know what? I think he could have given us an insight using his platform, which is joking around, and I think that's exactly what he was doing. It's like probably his form of therapy is doing what he does best, is telling jokes. So I understand that. Watching it though, it wasn't for me. I just watching it, I realized that is not for me. Chris Rock in that form is not for me. Like the way of his delivery, because I love Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, Bernie Mac, I just realized in that moment watching that 40 minutes of I'm not a fan of Chris Rock in that way. Yeah.
I didn't mind. I liked the sprinkling in the beginning. I mean, the fact that he waited till the last 5 minutes to do what we were all waiting for is not surprising. That's how it's done in TV. You wait, tease everybody till the end. But speaking of which, to your point, Tammie, on wanting maybe something a little bit more, don't kick out of that special before you sort of let the credits roll, and don't press rewind or stop or any of that kind of stuff, because there's an after show hosted by David Spade and Dana Carvey. And he did a very Wayne's World style, by the way. One of the panelists, amongst, of course, Arsenio Hall, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, was also J.B. Smooth.
Yeah.
And he actually said that he was never invited to the award show, but he's invited to a lot of parties. And he had said that he was one of the first that Chris Rock saw, because often you walk into a scenario where there's controversy and you're looking for a friendly face. And J.B. Smooth was the first face that Chris Rock saw. And, you know, he's gonna, I don't know what to do, because whose side? He's friends with both. And I guess, you know, Chris Rock just said, I'm fine. I'm fine. So he gave a little bit of perspective. So if you're looking for more of that, I would say stay tuned to the end as well for the commentary.
Okay.
I don't think he's fine. I still don't think he's fine. I think he did what a lot of us thought he would do and just go at him. And he, you know, he calls Will a bunch of names. The one thing he said, it was selective outrage, which is why he called it this, was so many people were saying things about them in their relationship because they put it out publicly, her infidelity and things like that, right? And then he's like, I'm the one that he decided to hit. Someone that he knew he could have an advantage over. You know, he talked about him being Ali and he was pokey. Someone that he knew wouldn't hit him back. You know, he was so confident that when he hit him, he turned his back to him and started walking away and then continued to yell. And so he said, look, I was the easy target for him to take out all that anger he had on everybody else. He took it out on me. So that's why he said it was selective outrage.
Well, to that point, one thing Kareem did say is, listen, if it was him that did that joke or said that, there's no way Will Smith would be walking up to him and slapping him. What would have equated to probably his stomach for how tall he is. So that spoke to, again, the selective, not just outrage that even Will Smith had, but the selective choice of who you would beat up on,
And look,
based on size, probably.
We're going to take a quick break here in a sec here, but, you know, you're still seeing on social media, it's still polarizing. People absolutely hated what Chris Rock had to say in this as well, and some people absolutely loved it. So
I believe he has the right, though. He has the right.
He definitely has the right.
That's his platform. He was physically assaulted on television. So more BT will come back to wrap up the show in just moments. Yeah, there's a lot, right?